Welcome back to the mock draft series. Today we're doing the Philadelphia Eagles, and we're trying to get a video out for every team before the draft starts. So if you haven't seen yesterday's, or make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow's as well. But let's get straight into this without further ado. So the Eagles, after that Saints trade, have 2 first-round picks as opposed to 3, but they're really stacked for next year and the years after that. And now we are here at pick 15 for them, which is one they had originally, and we have a lot of options here. I honestly might think to trade again, and we'll see with the Steelers. I'm assuming they're going to come up for Willis. Let's see what we can get from them. But they don't seem to, I'm not too happy with what they want to give us. So at 15, this is a tough choice because they have a lot of needs. I think I'm happy getting linebacker a little bit later, and they want us to get DB, but I think we can wait a bit on DB, and I want to get a weapon here. Chris Olave is my receiver 1, but I feel like he's a similar guy to Devontae Smith, who they already have, and I think getting a deep threat could be big here. I think getting Traylon Burks, who they have really low, would be big here, but I think I'm going to get Jameson Williams, the Alabama receiver, and I think he could be, even if he doesn't really, get completely healthy this year, I still think he would be a huge pickup for them, especially for the years to come, because you can tell that they're building for 2023 and 2024 as much as they want to compete this year, because they made the playoffs, this past season. So obviously they have a bright future ahead, and they're still contenders, for the division right now. But I think building for the future, especially getting a guy that could be a little bit late and his, in his development because of the injury, and a guy that could, is falling because of that injury. I think getting him at 15 is great value. Now at 18, could go Nakobe Dean here, but I think Andrew Booth Jr. would just be great value here. We haven't picked him up yet. Get a good corner for the boundary, and I think that's a great pickup for Philly. Just getting 2 good first-round caliber guys. And now all the way down to pick 51, and perfect right here, Leo Chenal on the board. He is one of my, one of the best linebackers in this class, and I think this would be a great pickup for them at 51. As we're kind of moving through it, the Eagles have a lot of late round, kind of 4th, 5th, 6th kind of picks, but we have a 3rd rounder right here that is going to be another tough choice. I think we could use probably another DB to be safe, but as the offensive line is looking pretty good, so that's one I'm not really going to go too hard in. And let's see who is there at DB. Corner, all right, but I think we might want to grab a safety here, as there's still a lot of good prospects. Kirby Joseph from Illinois is an interesting one. I think we're going to take him here. 3rd round grade on him from PFF. I think he's a solid player and a guy they could develop in that secondary. And now we are on to pick 101, still in the 3rd round, a compensatory, I believe. And now we can get a little more fun with it. A lot of guys that I was thinking about aren't really on the board. I love Majai Sanders. I think this is low value for him, but the Eagles' defensive line is pretty good, and I don't think that's a big need for them. But yeah, a lot of definitely good players on here, but the Eagles, I just don't feel like have a ton of needs when I really think about it. Because I believe in Jalen Hurts definitely, and I think he can carry this team. But I think I might go a weapon here, as unpopular as that may be. I think with Devontae Smith, and you have Jameson Williams now, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, and Jalen Reagor, and maybe Greg Ward are just not great guys to have in that room, but there's not really a good receiver prospect here. So I'm going to go with another linebacker, and that's Jojo Damon, I believe it is. We're going to take him there, just linebackers in need. We're going to fill it with not a lot of value on the board. This is just kind of a weird, rough spot for them. And honestly, we might double dip at corner at this point and just really get a bunch of bodies in that secondary. I get Kyle Phillips about every draft, it feels like, at this position, but I don't feel like that's what they need. And yeah, we're going to go with another DB here, I think. And yeah, really, it's Zion McCollum from Sam Houston State, kind of the discount Tariq Woolen in some ways. Not a perfect comparison by any means, but still a guy that I think is worth that pick. And again, if he pans out, then you have a great corner. So now at 154, a lot of still good prospects on the board, but no one I'm too excited about. Kevin Austin Jr. from Notre Dame, big body, but I'm not sure if I really feel great about taking him here. But yeah, let's see if there's any more receivers on the board that I love a lot here, just not really. And I think we're going to try to continue with the Eagles theme and try to trade for some assets next year. We'll give them those two for that. I'm happy with that. Trading up to a fourth. Let's see. I mean, maybe we can get a third. Yeah, I don't think so. So we'll take the fourth next year. Colts. We'll see if they're any good, but I'm happy with that. Now we have 2 more picks right here. And first off, I'm going to grab Josh Johnson from Tulsa, just get more depth in the receiver room. And now here at 166. So again, not sure. I'm not too excited about it. There's not really any positions that I need to fill so bad that I'm excited about any of these guys. But I think we will just, with Fletcher Cox about to leave, I'm going to grab Jaden Peavy from A&M. Solid pickup. They don't really, their defensive line is still really good, but as those guys are getting older, we could bring in some fresher legs. And that is going to wrap up this mock draft. Not super eventful besides those first 3 picks, which I think we really killed, and I'm super happy with. Other than that, down the board, not our best because a lot of the value just didn't end up being there in this one. But still a draft I'm happy with. And we'll see what PFF grades it as we recap here. And yeah, again, I think, Jameson Williams, Andrew Booth, and Leo Chenal, all picks I'm really happy with. They were really happy with a lot of these. Not super down the board, but they like McCollum. They like Domon, I believe it is. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that. And Joseph. Didn't like these down the board, but I'm pretty happy with this. They gave us an A-, which is one of our better ones so far. Again, Jameson Williams, hopefully a guy that's going to bounce back from the injury and be the player that you think he can be. Andrew Booth, good boundary corner. They think we reached a little bit, but I'm really happy with him. And then we got good linebacker value, really good for Chenal, as he could, for some people is the best linebacker in the class. And then we got, good DBs down the board as well. And I'm really happy with this one. Let me know what you guys think of this. I think we, now looking at it all together, I think we kind of killed it. So thank you for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And if you haven't seen, any of the ones previously, if you haven't seen your favorite teams, make sure to check them out because all the picks up to this point are covered. So again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.